Hey everyone, Tony Ivanov here, lead trader and mentor of TradeBuddy, and today I'm back at it again, making some nice profits. I made $715 trading today, took around 6 or 7 trades, just the same mentality as yesterday. We're not looking for big home run winners, we're looking for these small profits that add up over time, and mainly because this market environment is very, very choppy. Just take a look at VKTX, CODX, SLS. Yes, they're running 100% every day, but the way they're doing it is very, very, very choppy and very volatile. And if you're caught at the wrong time, you're gonna have to suffer through a $0.50 per share loss, which is, if you're using 2,000 shares, that's $1,000. And I'm sure no one wants to hold through that, so that's not what we're doing. We're not holding and hoping, we're trading smart, and we're trading based on ratios and statistics. So take those small profits right now. Right now, the market environment is not one where you want to just buy and hold for the bigger move. Just take that small profit, take those profits up along the way, and wait until the market gives us the opportunity once again to, buy at that critical support level, and then wait until the big breakout happens. And when that time happens, I will let you guys. So just stay tuned. Be sure that you're subscribed to these videos so you can watch them every single day. But first, I just want to remind you guys that I do have some nice offers for you. So here's my profit. First of all, just to show you guys that I'm not lying. This is not paper trading account. You can see it's a real account. Of course, it's all blocked off because it's my personal information. But you can see right there, total profit of $715 on the day. So I do have a free Facebook group. It's called the TradeBuddy Community. You can join this group completely for free. All I ask is that when you join, you answer 2 simple questions, just so I can be sure that you're not a bot. Link is down below for that. And I also have a free ebook of how to day trade every morning. So if you want to learn more about trading, this is where you need to go. The link is down below. It's a free ebook, no shipping charge, none of that stuff. Don't worry about that. All I ask for is your first name and email address. So check out the ebook. And also, of course, you can check out my mentorship program. I'm running 20% off until today only. So if you want to get in on the mentorship program, 20% off ends tonight. If you missed the deal and you're watching this video, just send me an email, tony@tonyivanov.com, and I'll gladly hook you up. But you get lifetime access to the course and lifetime access to my platinum chat room, where you get access to the chat room and you can watch me trade live every single morning. So that's great value. So that's it for the intro. Hope you guys enjoy this lesson, and I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, so here is the video lesson for today. The day is June 1st, 2018, first day of the month, and I'm up $715 on the day. Very, very, very awesome start to the month. I always love starting the month out in the green, because then it kind of just sets the ball rolling, so to say, for the rest of the month. Now, surprisingly enough, when I was trading this morning, I was down nearly $500, and I stepped away from the market. I took a break. I actually took a nap. And then I came back feeling refreshed, and I saw some nice trades. So I said, you know what? If I don't take these trades and they do work out, I'm going to kick myself a ton. So I took the risk, took these trades, and I was able to turn back around, go from a loss of $400 to being up $715. So we're going to break down those trades. We're going to see exactly how I did it, what stocks I traded, and what I did. So just starting out, I traded CHNR. On that stock, I made $210.99. On CODX, I made $627.43. DDE, I lost $247. FTFT, I broke even. I took 2 trades on that one. One winner, one loser, broke even on it. SLS made $556, and then VKTX burned me today, and I took a pretty nasty loss on that one, $436. But all in all, profitable. So, just going over the morning action. Let's just go back on the low flow movers scanner and see what happened this morning. So not the strongest morning, to say the least. It was, of course, very choppy, but there were some news releases. CODX had news, SLS had news. Let me just go back into the past here. And also let me open up my trading account so I can look at my orders and break that down easier. But I know that CODX had news. CODX announces participation in research project with Stanford University. That was released at 6:30 a.m. So right at the market open. And then SLS also had news. And SLS is the one that, to me seemed like it was going to be a very big runner because it had clinical trial updates. Now, if you watched yesterday's video lesson or you traded yesterday, you know that VKTX yesterday was the biggest runner, and that was because it was sympathy news from MDGL. So MDGL had FDA approval and it spiked up over 150%. VKTX had the same type of drug, so they also spiked in sympathy of it. So that gave me the idea of, okay, the medicine section is hot right now. It's getting lots of volume. So once I saw SLS have this type of news, I thought, okay, this probably has a pretty good chance of spiking. It was up pre-market, and then it did this kind of U-shaped breakout. It didn't go too far after the U-shaped breakout. It went from 650 to 670. I did trade it in pre-market, just to get that nice cushion. I bought the breakout over 650, and I sold into the 665 range. 2,000 shares, so I made a nice $300 on that one. Let me just go down into my orders and really just dig deep and see what happened. Okay, so yeah, so I bought 2,000 shares at 650, and I actually sold right at market open, and I got filled at 675. Now this one, it was actually kind of funny because it robbed me. I hit market sell once I saw it hit 85, and then it just dropped down to 670, filled me at 675. So I could have made a lot more on that one, but that's just fine. Next one I traded was VKTX. This one just kept burning me all day. Now this one was like one of the biggest runners of today, but it just kept burning me. So I tried anticipating this breakout right here over $1 or $11.18. So I bought before the breakout, which was the first mistake. Never buy before the breakout. If you're going to buy before the breakout, buy into the support, not right before the resistance. That's just, emotional trading 101. So that was not a good trade. So I took a pretty nasty loss on that one. I lost almost 25 cents per share on that one on 1,000 shares. So I lost $250 on that. Then I went on to trade, KODX back, buying the dip. Now this one on the KODX was a very nice runner. I completely missed out on this one. So on CODX, I saw that it had news, and I saw that it did this very nice morning U shape. So I love this type of pattern because it can really turn into these massive short squeezes. So I simply bought the breakout over the morning high of 344. So I hopped in on this one. I bought 2,000 shares at 350, and then I cut my loss way too soon. I cut my loss at 343 in this same candle, and you can see after that it did not hit 343 one more time afterwards. So hopped out a bit too soon. I should have given it a bit more risk movement, but what can you say? After that, it squeezed up from 340s up to a high of, what is it, $5.95, $6. So that would have been a nice $2,000 or so winner, but I missed out on it. One thing I did want to go over in this video lesson is understanding that just because you see a pattern doesn't mean that the pattern's going to go through. So I'm going to use this head and shoulders example here on CODX because I believe that it's a very critical thing for you guys to understand. Now, the first thing I want to say is that if you want to become a profitable trader, you have to have this mindset in your head, and like not just understanding it, but truly accepting it at a fundamental level. And that is the fact that you do not need to know what is going to happen next in order to make money in the markets. I want you to pause the video, get a sticky note, write this down, because trust me, if you look at it every day and you just learn more about the market, the more it will make sense. If you're new, it may not make sense because you're saying, Tony, how can I make money if I don't know what's going to happen? I have to know if the stock's going to go up or down. But that's not the case. We're working with statistics and probabilities here. So you do not need to know what's going to happen. And what I mean by that is that, in this head and shoulders here on CODX, we have the shoulder, we have the head, and then we have another shoulder, and this main neckline is at 371. So most traders, and many traders in my chat room, frankly, they saw this head and shoulders forming, and they said, okay, head and shoulders, this stock is done for. But no, the head and shoulders pattern is only confirmed once the neckline is broken and it cracks. If the neckline has not broken, it's not a true head and shoulders pattern yet. It's forming what looks to be a head and shoulders, yes, but until it breaks the neckline and shows the downtrend, then it's still in a very strong uptrend. And what I mean by that is, you can see here, we had lots of resistance up in this like 370-ish area. And if I'm not mistaken, this level of 370 is a key level of support on the daily chart. So let me just get this on. So looking at the daily chart now with the yellow horizontal trend line obviously noted there, you can see that back in August of last year, there was some pretty obvious support here in this 373 level. Also, just as a small little level of resistance, or I should say support, as you can see on this massive downtrend I had in between December and January, I had one day of bouncing, and it bounced kind of around that 372 level. So we can see from that information that that level of 372 or 374 is a very strong level of resistance, which is now support. So what I'm trying to get at is that this is a classic type of short trap or bear trap. What happens is that the shorts see this level, or they see this head and shoulders forming, and they think, okay, I'm going to start adding into my short position in this area, expecting a breakdown further and confirming the head and shoulders. But what happens is that if it holds that last bounce after the last shoulder is made, if it holds it and makes a higher low, or even just double bottoms and bounces higher and breaks above the shoulder line. So what I mean by the shoulder line is that this top right here of that previous shoulder, if it bounces and breaks above that, that's a clear indication that the head and shoulders pattern is not going to happen, and it's going to turn into a short squeeze. And you can see that's exactly what happened. There's no mystery as to why this area here was the area that had the exponential short squeeze. It's because the shorts were loading up their shares in this head and shoulders area, but they got trapped, so they were forced to cover their shares, and it goes exponential and parabolic. So being able to identify and recognize areas like that and being able to capitalize on it is probably one of the best ways that you can make profits trading. Of course, it's easier in hindsight, but the more that you look at it in hindsight, the better chance you have of identifying this type of pattern in real time and taking advantage of it. So that's kind of the main thing I wanted to talk about with this video lesson, is just being able to just understand the psychological reasoning behind these patterns. And instead of just saying, oh, it's a head and shoulders, it's going to crack, you peel back the curtains and understand deep down why these patterns work and what's happening during these patterns. And for the head and shoulders, what's happening during this pattern is that the shorts see that we made a lower high. So here's the shoulder, there's the head, and there's the shoulder, right? So they see this new high here up to just under $4, and then they see it bounce down and make a lower high. Shorts love to short lower highs because lower highs show weakness. That, when you combine that with the fact that the overall pattern looks like a head and shoulders, you can pretty much guarantee that the shorts are going to get very aggressive, and they're going to try to short this down to oblivion. But they get trapped, so they have to cover their shares, and this squeezes up on higher. So I just want you guys to have a deeper understanding of not just focusing on the pattern per se, but understanding the behavior and the psychological behavior of these plays, why these prices move. Once you understand it at a more deeper and fundamental level, then you can really capitalize on your profits and, not be so scared of the minute by minute movements. Once you understand the big picture of these moves, then it becomes trading, or it makes trading become a lot easier. And you know, it just makes it kind of like grabbing money from the corner. That's what it feels like to me now. You know, it's no longer emotional to me. It's just doing the same exact thing, finding the good risk reward ratios, finding the good entries, and just playing the patterns. So some of the stocks I would just want to go over real fast. Let me see. SLS was the one that had the phase 2 news. I went over this one already. SLS, the main thing that I want to talk about here is that this is why you always have to take your profits, because look how choppy this stock is, and mainly just look how big these red candles are. This sold off from 664 down to 620 in 1 minute. That's over a 10% drop. Right here from 639 down to 595 in 3 minutes. And you can see just the charts are riddled with these huge red candles. So that's why right now I'm recommending everyone to just you have to focus on taking those small profits and moving on. Don't focus on getting a $1, $2 per share winner, because it's likely not going to happen. And the more that you try for it to happen, the more you're exposed to the market, and the more that you're exposed to these massive panic sells. If you look at VKTX in the afternoon, had the same exact thing. Look how choppy this chart is. Yeah, it had nice range, but you know, some of these candles would drop from 1027 down to 1007 in a minute. Over here from 1039 down to 1004 in 2 minutes. And you can see there's just a lot of volatility. So you have to focus on taking those small profits and just letting those small profits add up. Once it becomes the crazy, volatile, exuberant time, we will all know, we will all capitalize on it. But right now, I want to really just tell you guys to focus on taking those small profits. So that's the video lesson for today, guys. Thank you all so much for sticking around and watching this whole thing. If you did like it, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you liked and what you didn't like. Make sure you hit the like button, and make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well, so then you're notified for every future video. And once again, I want to remind you all that I do have a free Facebook group, I have a free ebook, and I have a Penny Stock Mastery Mentorship Program, lifetime access to the course, and lifetime access to the chat room. So check it out down below, and the sale will be over tonight. So make sure that you hop on the deal right now, because after this sale, the prices are going up. So I'm warning you now. Alrighty, guys. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.